Isn't it interesting how similar entrepreneurs are all over the world coping with the same problems? The great equalizer. We're going to have four entrepreneurs today on stage, and we're going from earlier stage to later stage. And we're here at the Stock Exchange. We have Shani Toledano, founder and CEO of HT Bioimaging, her first startup. Shani has a degree in mechanical engineering with emphasis on thermodynamics and a Master of Science in AI, in artificial intelligence. Shani has 11 years of experience in development, engineering, and management. Shani would speak about flexibility and perseverance. Thank you so much, Shani, for coming here. Floor is yours.
Should I start? I don't think they can hear me. Okay, good. All right. So, hi everyone. Ella, thank you for having me. So my name is Shani Toledano. I'm the co-founder and CEO of HT Bioimaging. Let's talk a bit about my background very quick. So I have a management and technological background. Before HT Bioimaging, I spent 11 years at the aerospace industries. I was an officer at the Israeli Air Force. I used to manage a UAV pilot training school. Then I worked for IAI, the Israeli Aerospace Industries, for a few years. I have science degree in mechanical engineering. I specialized in heat transfer and thermodynamics. And I have master degree in artificial intelligence and software. I founded HT Bioimaging together with my partner Gideon Barak, a successful serial entrepreneur. And I founded the company after my father passed away from cancer that was detected very late. The vision of my venture and HT Bioimaging is really to save people's lives. And this is the reason I'm waking up in the morning. We've developed a new imaging modality that is based on heat diffusion. Heat diffusion is a process of heat flow inside materials. So what we do is we are sending a heat wave to the tissue. Cancer and normal tissue transfer the heat differently, and we know how to read that signal and translate it into an image on the spot. And then the treatment can begin. Our technology starts with a medical device, a handheld device, a probe, and we take the signal from the probe to the cloud, and we do the analysis on the cloud. The analysis and algorithm are based on signal analysis, computer vision, artificial intelligence, in order to classify cancer and non-cancer lesions. The technology is definitely safe, no any radiation exposure, providing an immediate results on the spot and affordable, low cost. The technology could be used to detect many kinds of cancer, starting with the primary care cancers, for example, cervical cancer for the gynecologists, skin cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, head and neck cancer, and oral cancer. So those are the point of care, primary care cancers that we can help with. And another area is the intraoperative tool to help the surgeon to detect cancer margins during the operation and to help them to navigate right during that procedure in order to cut cancer right. We also have an indication for the vet business for the veterinary market, where the veterinarian can detect cancer on the spot and really understand whether this suspicious mass that he see on top of the dog or cat surface is cancer or non-cancer lesion. So currently we are focusing on three main channels. One is the point of care, primary care, which we are running clinical trials in Israel and the United States. We have about 120 patients that have been tested with our technology. The results are amazing and we're about to publish them soon. Then we have the other channel, which is the surgery tool, which we're running clinical trials as well in Israel, in Sheba. And the third area is the vet. So in order to be a in human oncology liable tool, we need to go through the FDA approval, which we are currently running in this process. But we still have about 2 years to reach that goal and to get the FDA approval. And during that time, we take our technology, our tool, the same in-human tool, to the veterinary area in order to help them with dogs and cats, which does not require any FDA approval at this point and allow us to become a profitable company to generate revenues in the near future. So this is the current step that we do. We have a go-to-market product which about to launch early next year, currently under pilot studies in the United States and Israel. So being a healthcare company, that's challenging, right? And being a healthcare young company in Israel, that's tough. But being a healthcare Israeli young company that dealing with software and hardware at the same time, I mean medical device company, that's quite crazy. And I think we found while being very flexible and open-minded, we found the path to create revenues soon and to growth fast before having the FDA approvals. So this is our current goal for the next year, to go to market, to start generate some revenues for the company, to growth fast. And then in 2 years to get the FDA approval and start sales in the inhuman oncology field. We are, just to conclude, 12 people based here in Israel, running clinical trials in 5 sites in the world, in human and vets in parallel. We are currently raising funds. We have an open round. This is our A round, and next year we will open our B round. So, and Ella wanted to ask some questions, right? So please.
Okay. So we need to stand at a distance. We're respecting the rules. You know, you're so young. You've never had a startup. How do you manage your relationship with Gidi Barak, who's a very experienced entrepreneur? He's been involved in so many companies. How do you maintain the balance, actually?
So I think you can hear me that way? That's fine? Okay, good. So yeah, I think I was quite young without any experience when I launched the company. And I was looking for an experienced person that been there, done that. And I found Gidi, and I think we have a great relationship. He's the chairman of the company and co-founder. We are kind of co-CEOs. We think together. We do all the brainstorming together. The strategic relationship, we do that together, and that's working very well between us. Yeah.
And can you speak about times of crisis? At a point in time that you weren't sure where you're going, actually?
Yeah, so I think that maybe the most important thing for an entrepreneur is, and this is something that I'm still learning, is to be able to operate and work in a unknown, uncertain environment, right? And to understand how to build your path with the changes. So this is, I think, one of the major changes, the COVID-19 and the crisis. But I feel like healthcare companies and maybe our companies got a spot during that time because people understand today the importance of healthcare companies, of imaging tools, and the healthcare problems in the world. So I think that quite helped us this crisis. Sorry to say that, but yeah.
It's very interesting, but we had two women on stage over the last 10-15 minutes, and both are doing things that are good for the world good. So one is feeding the world, and you're healing the world. And according to what Gwen told me back in July, this is very, very typical for women. Women oftentimes do things that take care of the world.
Yeah, yeah, and I can say that I really, I need to wake up in the morning with a mission. I don't know if I would be able to do that for a internet cyber company. I think that being an entrepreneur means to be able to fail on a daily basis, to have a disappointment every day, and wake up in the next morning like it never happened. So, in order to do that, I have to have my mission inside.
The forever running roller coaster. Two questions. First of all, I want to ask you the same question which I asked Polly. How would you like to change the world to make life easier for women entrepreneurs?
So I would look at the women's side. I would expect to see more women investors, more female entrepreneurs. I think they need to come here and jump on this roller coaster in order, to make the change. So I think this is our responsibility at the end.
So it's our responsibility, and you're just invited to come and take hold of this responsibility. The second question that I would like to ask you, if you could elect a trait of a superwoman, what trait would you elect?
So I would say to be able to be present at a few places at the same time. And I'm not a mother yet, so I believe that would be worse and worse.
Thank you so much, Shani. This has been lovely, and good luck with the company, with HT.
Thank you.
What does HT stand for?
It's Shani Toledano, my father's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's also heat, in a way.
It also hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for this wonderful presentation, Shani, and good luck with the company.
Thank you.